What's up? We back with another episode of 401 Uncut. Today, I got a very special guest on the couch. Somebody that's been needing to sit on this couch, okay? The talented, my homie, NahChalant. What's going on?
Great intro, by the way. But it was good, Nelly D. I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, for sure. How you doing?
I'm good. Just focused, clear-minded, energized, out above.
For sure. I see you working, man. I'm glad to see the rebrand. It's like we seeing a new version of you, and we gonna get into all that good stuff for sure. But first things first, I want you to let the people know, like, we know you from Cincinnati, but what part of Cincinnati you from?
I grew up downtown. Like, I was raised downtown all my life in the West End area, Lincoln Courts. And then later on, like, towards my teenage years, that's when we moved down on 8th and State. And that's been like a home to me as well. So from downtown Lynn Street to 8th and State, that's my stomping grounds.
For sure. Now, who was all in your household growing up? You got any siblings? Or
Yeah.
Your
It's
mom
eight
and
of
dad?
us. It's eight of us, yeah.
Oh, wow. And where do you fall in the middle? Where do you fall in at?
I'm the fifth oldest.
Okay.
Yeah. So it goes my oldest brother, then two sisters, then Millie, then me.
Okay, yeah.
And then I got two younger brothers and a younger sister.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, what was you into growing up? What kind of kid was you? Was it any hobbies, sports?
Yeah, I was in sports heavy. Like, I was like a lot of people don't know, because like back then when I was in sports, social media wasn't what it is now. So I was in sports heavy. I was ranked nationally and throughout the country.
What sport was you playing?
Basketball. Yeah.
Wow.
I was a dog.
Wow. So you did this from
second grade to high school till I graduated. Wow. I was all basketball, like all over the world, traveling, playing ball nonstop, and just getting the exposure and stuff like that.
Man, so I'm pretty sure that kept you busy, because growing up in the Lincoln Courts and downtown, you could have kind of got into a lot of BS. So did that kind of keep you focused being in the sports?
Yeah, because on the level that I played basketball, I was out of town every weekend. So every weekend we'd travel. Like Friday after school, we instantly hop in the whip and we drive into wherever state we got to go to. So it wasn't really a lot of time unoccupied for me to get in trouble. So I had my times though. During the downtime, because it was a time I wasn't playing sports. So I kind of let it go. And there was the times where I realized, like, damn, I'm moving a little crazy.
For sure. Now, was your mom in the household and your dad, or were you just?
My mom was in the household. My dad, they lived separate. They were split up by the time like I got old enough to realize like what a 2-parent household was. But yeah, it was just her. She held it down.
For sure.
Yeah,
so she did her thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to moms for sure.
She the one that be commenting 30 times on the post. Yeah.
She support her child. Okay,
sure.
That's what she's supposed to do.
Sure.
Now, when did music start playing a part? Because you in sports, and I want to say you saying you did this all through high school as well.
Yeah.
When did music start kind of playing a part?
2006. I was in 6th grade. I think I was like 12, 13 years old. And Millie was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Millie was the one rapping. And he was going to a talent show at school, and he was like, bro, hear this song, like, and he played me the song, and I was like, damn, I want to do that. So I was heavy into battle rap. So I watched like all the battle rappers from like New York and stuff, and I started to write my verses, but I was just taking their lyrics. Like, I was just listening to their battles and taking their lyrics, and then I was adding my own in there. So when I rap, it'd sound that much more impressive, because like I'm 12 at the time. But when I'd be battling like on the streets and shit, like I'd be on the block cypher, like we always had a cypher going, me, Adi, everybody, like, so that's kind of how music became what it is to me.
Wow. So let's say this 6th grade, that's when you start being like, I'm into this, all because your brother had a talent show.
All because he had a talent show. He played me the song. I was salty. I wanted to like make a song better than that song. Yeah.
Now, and we'll get into that, because with your brother rapping, do you ever feel like, sometimes it's like, man, he going crazy. I got to kind of step my game up because he going so crazy. And he may feel some time like, man, he going crazy. I got to step my game up.
We call that, friendly sparring. Like when we in a booth or when we like at home and we going back and forth, like it'd be a day where like he got it. You know what I'm saying? He'd just be saying some stuff. He'd be rapping. And I'm like, damn, like that shit hitting. And there'd be a day where it's like, I'm more impressive. You know what I'm saying? But like we you know, we sharpen each other, iron sharpen iron. So,
For sure.
you know, he definitely do his thing and I do mine. I
He
always
go
tell him like,
crazy,
yeah, I be telling him like, bro, like, go deeper with it. You know what I'm saying? Like with the music and with the, you know, what you rapping about. I always like try to go past what we think people want. You know what I'm saying? Which is the drill shit and all. It was cool, which is cool, you know, but be the best at it.
Facts. Now, what high school did you end up going to?
My freshman year, I went to Moeller because, like I said, I was hooping. So I went to Moeller my freshman year, and then I took a year off of basketball, transferred out of Moeller, and I went to a school downtown called VLT my sophomore year.
Okay.
And once I got back into basketball, I transferred to Schroeder, and I finished out there and graduated.
Now, with you having all these skills of basketball, did you want to go to college and play college ball? Did you end up going?
By the time my senior year came, I knew like I wasn't going to the league. Like when I was a freshman,
you wasn't going?
When I was a freshman, I knew I was going to the league because I had like Michigan looking at me, Tennessee, Xavier. I had a decent amount of colleges looking at me, but when I took my sophomore year off, it was like, you know, they kind of didn't know where I was at, how to continue to recruit me. So by the time I was injured, so I wasn't really like the same player that I was. So by the time senior year came, I'm like, all right, I ain't got no offers. Yeah, I had offers, but it was like D3s. And that's when it changed like to music. So my goal was to like I wanted to be in New York. So I was like, I'm gonna go to St. John's University. Okay. And I'm gonna just get a scholarship and live on campus. I'm not gonna take the academic serious because by the time I start failing, I'm gonna have a deal. And it ain't gonna matter. And like, that's what J. Cole did. Like J. Cole went to St. John's University. You know, he's from North Carolina. So I wanted to mirror the same path. But I had a good GPA, but I didn't get accepted. So yeah, St. John's, y'all missed out.
So they missed out. So did you end up going to any college, or did you just kind of like
I went to Raymond Walters for like a semester, and then it just became a situation where it's like school or money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta survive, so I'm like, I'll go back next semester, but I ain't never go back.
Yeah. So during this time, did you decide like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of go a little harder on the rap?
Yeah.
At this point?
Yeah, I knew I had to invest, you know, which was still hard because it's like, music, this shit is expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. And it take a lot of time and energy. And I had the time, I had the energy, but I ain't really had the financial part. You know what I'm saying? So it was like inconsistent for me for a while.
Yeah, because I want to say one of the first times when I was really introduced with you, I know that you was kind of with FDD and y'all was moving, going crazy, dropping videos back to back, performances. I'm talking about all the clubs, y'all everywhere. Tell me, what was it like being a part of FDD and linking up with everybody? What was that like?
FDD was like family first because like almost everybody in FDD was from downtown. So when I first like seen FDD and I seen how they like took the city by storm, it was around the Bolo time. You know, when they took the city by storm, I'm like, nah, I got to get a part of that. Like I got to. So I reached out to Jerry, and I was like, bro, like I see y'all movement, I see this, like I want to tap in. And he was like, for what? You already doing what you need to do. And I was like, yeah, but I want to do like over there, like with y'all, like so. That happened like twice, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really get nowhere with him because Jerry's super reserved. He don't say too much.
Very reserved.
So it got to a point where it was like, nigga, am I FDD or not? And that's how that happened. Like, I'm like FDD, and then, you know, that led to me, all of us opening up for like Migos, Rod Wave, I think Rich Homie. Yeah, people like the Pee Wee.
Yeah, talk about it, because I mean, at the time, FDD had one of the biggest movements here in Cincinnati, where it was a lot of artists that wanted to be a part of FDD, and it was different groups, you know, of artists that was like, okay, you got the Blood Brothers over here, you got, you know, y'all over. It was a lot of things going on in that time. So, and it was crazy because we watched the rise of FDD, and then we end up seeing a lot of things end up happening. What was it like for you watching how they took a movement that you was a part of that was for music to make it seem like it was a organization that was all about negative things, and they showcasing y'all music videos on the news and people catching cases? What was that like for you as an artist watching all of that unfold?
It was frustrating because I feel like you get to a point where it's like you reaching a peak, and I feel like we was really like gaining a lot of traction. And when that happened, it was frustrating more than anything, because it's like, damn, like, y'all don't even know the plans that we had. Y'all don't even know behind the scenes, like, we giving out turkeys to the whole Leon Street. You know, Jerry giving out book bags to everybody. He really, you know, helping households, like, behind the scenes. Like, none of this is broadcasted because that's just who he is. So, like, you know, when it took that turn, it was super, super frustrating.
Yeah. And now it was like you had to figure out how to rebrand yourself.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah,
because, you know, it gets to a thing where it's like, wow, and now a lot of people are locked up.